Stefanie Power's resume includes nominations, get this, for 5 Emmys, 5 Golden Globe Awards, honoring more than 3 decades of her work in film, television, stage, and today she's probably best known as the glamorous Jennifer Hart from the popular TV series Heart to Heart.
Love it.
Once again, Stefanie reprises the role, teams up with Robert Wagner in an upcoming Heart to Heart movie, Secrets of the Heart. Take a look.
Aren't those adorable kids? Didn't you tell me you once had a sailor suit like that?
Just like that.
Ah.
That's me.
Are you serious?
I'm positive.
Well, then who's she?
Well, I don't know, but I sure would like to.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Here she is, Stefanie Powers. Where's she there? There we go.
Wow, to be.
Yeah, that's easy.
You really are so lovely.
2 for 2 with this audience.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That must make you feel good, doesn't
Oh,
it?
it does. Standing ovations. I'll take it any day of the week. This is really nice. Thank you.
I'm going to put you to work right away. You ready?
Yes.
Read your background material. How many languages do you speak?
I speak about 6.
One of them Spanish?
One of them is Spanish. That's
Go.
easy.
Ay, Dios mío. ¿Cómo estás, Jennifer?
No, pero yo, bueno, como que estoy nacido en los Estados Unidos, pero mis padres son polacos. Pero y yo bueno, yo juego polo y tengo un acento un poquito mezclado.
Okay. She says she was born in the United States, but her parents are Polish.
I'm Polish, and I learned how to speak Spanish largely in Mexico. But now, because I play a great deal of polo, I spend a lot of time with Argentines.
Right, right.
And the accent is very, very different. It's more musical. It's and it's almost Italian. It doesn't almost sound Italian.
Well, there's an incredible Italian influence in Argentina.
Huge Italian.
And incredible German influence as well.
Aye, but we know about them.
Yes.
And you have been there. There is not a place.
They are only following.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you said.
Horas.
Yeah. There is not a place on this globe you have not traveled to. It was so interesting reading your character. You have, I'm trying to tie this together. You are as active and as intriguing and as globe-trotting as the characters you play.
As Jennifer Hart, really?
Well, but I travel in a different way than Jennifer. I travel a little bit more.
How?
Less expensively.
Yeah.
Yes, a little more budget-wise, a little bit less than hers.
Yeah.
But travel has always been something that I've been very interested in.
Yeah.
Always been curious about other people, which is why languages were the natural part of being able to communicate, and I enjoy that very much.
But being raised in the United States, we don't really get to learn that many languages unless you took them in school. How did you learn it? Just by traveling?
Mainly by traveling. And
So
then I would, in China, I was traveling in China many, many years, and very early on. My first trip to China was in 1976. And as a result, when I traveled an awful lot of the time, I was traveling alone. And I had to.
Survival of the fittest.
And there were not a lot of Europeans traveling around. So Occidentals were not very common. And I remember once I was jumping on a train, I was late for the train, and I jumped on a train.
What country?
In China.
In China?
I jumped on a train going from, I don't know, some very obscure place to another very obscure place. And I threw my suitcase on the train as I was running, and I jumped on, and I got on the wrong compartment. I had a soft sleeper compartment I was supposed to be on, and I jumped on the hard sleeper, which was people who cooked in their own and slept on boards and things like that. And they were so shocked to see me that, suddenly there was this mad panic that there was this Martian
crazy woman that's jumping aboard the train.
On in their
And did you
train.
speak the language?
Well, I had to learn a bit, yes.
Well, like a little bit of that.
I began very well. I began to be able to order breakfast. Café is coffee. 我要面包烤的炒鸡蛋. That's
actually, I love that. I don't know what you said, but I just love that.
Perfect.
I am so hungry now for coffee.
toast and scrambled eggs. It's very important when you're hungry.
That's great.
I would not think that in China, toast and scrambled eggs was part of the, that even I would work
And
for
also,
that.
I live in Africa. I live a great deal of the time in East
How is
Africa.
the preserve, the William Holden
The
preserve?
William Holden Wildlife Foundation's main operation is in Kenya. And because Swahili, which of course is not an African language, Swahili is a trading language that was brought down by the Arab traders who came to the east coast of Africa and wound up helping to create a lingua franca. It's only spoken in Kenya and Tanzania, and anywhere else it's not exactly spoken, which is a pity because one would have thought, and my impression was that Swahili was an African language and it was spoken all over, and that's absolutely incorrect.
But the preserve is
We have about 47 tribes, and we use that language to communicate, and it's a kind of, it's an interesting, I would say to you, Jambo, habari yako, and that would be called hello, how are you, and that would be our means of communicating if we were from different tribes. The foundation functions largely in Kenya. We're also involved in preservation and species survival programs all around the world. We have an education center which services currently about 10,000 students a year. We have an outreach program into the bush that copes with another 2,500 families. And actually this morning I received a call from Kenya. We've had a request from the Maty in the southern part of Kenya, near the Tanzanian border. The border was created and separated the Maasai tribes. Some of them live in...
How do you know?
on
You have
both
so much in
sides
your...
of
You know so... Can we take a break? We want to do more. Can you stay?
Yes.
Yes. We'll come back more about Kenya and the travels. Take a break. Be right back. We couldn't talk. Welcome back here with Stefanie Powers, and found out on the commercial break you do, but your character doesn't.
I play polo, but Jennifer Hart never did.
Let's go with that one.
And then the reason I started to play polo was that as I became president of the William Holden Wildlife Foundation after Bill died, and I didn't know how to earn enough money to, create fundraising events. So somebody had a genius idea that we put together a celebrity polo team, and we take the LA Equestrian Center, which has this wonderful indoor facility, and have some professional polo players help us, and create, Dan Healy, Joel Baker, Lucas White.
Who's the best celebrity?
I think the best celebrity is Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, no, see, I bet he would be mean on a horse.
But,
Yeah.
but then William Devane and Tommy Lee are they really took it seriously.
Oh, I bet
and
they do.
really play very hard.
Yeah.
And I play as much as I can. But the guys are bigger than I am, so it's a little tough. But we created this event, and we haven't done this event here for about 10 years because previously it was called Heart to Heart Plays Polo for the William Holden Wildlife Foundation. We're doing it again on Sunday, March the 5th. As a celebration of child life and wildlife. It's a big event, big polo match, celebrity parade, but we're including the community this time by giving away 2,000 tickets to some of our youth-oriented charities, the Make-A-Wish Foundation,
Oh, that's
the
wonderful.
Paul Newman Foundation, LA's Best, the Hollenbeck Kids, a lot of needy groups whose kids need to have a day out and need to have some visibility in the media, and we're giving them lunches, and a representative from each one of the groups is riding in our celebrity parade. And
Will you be
so
playing?
that's how I started. Yes, I'm playing. William Devane and I are playing.
Oh, no, see, there's your winner. There's your winning team right there.
No, we're playing opposite each other.
Well, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry.
We're playing opposite each other.
Good luck to
because
both of you.
the thing is about celebrities playing polo, it's a little bit different, it's a bit risky, and so they're not, it's not always easy to put together a celebrity.
Will Robert
team.
Wagner play?
No, he won't. He'll be there, but he won't play.
And can you set the
And
record
Kelsey
straight?
Grammer is going to sing the national anthem for us.
Oh, really?
That
Yes.
should be interesting. I didn't even know that he sang.
He sings wonderfully.
Sang his theme song, I think.
Plays the piano, sings. He's great.
Oh, my gosh.
We'll set the record straight. You are not married to Robert Wagner. For those of you that walked in thinking, because you get so associated with that role.
I know,
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, you guys are such an incredible
We like each
pair.
other very much, but we're married to different people.
Yes. Fun on the movie? The one that's coming up?
Yes, it's very interesting that it should happen, that the timing should happen, that we're doing our event on Sunday, March the 5th, and on Monday, March the 6th, is actually the final episode of Heart to Heart. Lionel Stander, our dear friend who played Max for all
Right.
those years and was a great friend and extraordinary man, died 10 days after the completion of filming in San Francisco. And, you know, how can you have Jonathan and Jennifer without Max?
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
it's in many ways, Lionel has put a period to it's what we wanted. We wanted to do these shows again, and we didn't necessarily want to do them as a continuing series, and to put a period at the end of the sentence. And Lionel, in his way, has done that for us.
Yeah. Now, let's talk about your husband, because he is not from the United States. He's a Frenchman?
He's a Frenchman,
But
but he's all right.
Is he great? He's great.
He's a Frenchman.
good.
All right.
so.
Take that to the bag.
He's good. Well, how did you meet him?
Through polo, actually.
Really?
You see, so there are other reasons to play polo.
So what's the dangerous? I've been close to those horses and
Oh,
those
gosh, I
chuckers,
mean,
and
yeah.
look out.
Yeah.
What does he do, Stephanie?
Well, he's an agricultural biologist. That sounds like a very... He has a laboratory which deals in agricultural phenomena, and they work very closely with the wine industry and all. He lives in Burgundy, in
He lives
the
in
heart
wine.
of the wine
Yeah,
country.
yeah, literally, yeah.
He lives in wine.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does.
Now, we've talked about how many places you visited, but where do you call home?
Every place I go. Everywhere I hang my hat is home. Isn't there a song like that?
But weren't you worried about leaving a window open or a door open if you have that many homes across the free world? Did I leave the iron on in Kenya? What am I doing? I would be nuts trying to figure that
The
out.
most difficult thing is that I have my critters, you know. I spend time in Los Angeles, and my mother and I live together, and I have these wonderful Jack Russell Terriers, and I couldn't possibly take them from my mother, so they're here. And then in Kenya, I have Kitty and Tiger.
And what are
Kitty
they?
and Tiger are yellow labs.
Labrador?
And Labradors, and they're...
Why did you mess up the dog by calling it a kitty and the other one a tiger? I think that would... You hear kitty, here tiger.
Oh, here Kitty and Tiger, boy and girl.
See, that'd mess me up if I were a dog.
They really do suffer a lot when I'm gone, but they've got lots of friends to take care of them. And I have a lot of friends who go and stay at my house so that everybody, you know, keeps them entertained.
Well, that's nice.
And your wedding was in Kenya? Is
Yes,
that
we
right?
got married in Kenya. We had a big safari. We had about 82 friends that came over. It was a real... I'm Polish. My origins are Polish. And we had a sort of Polish-African wedding. You know, we had a 5-day wedding that took place in Africa.
Oh, man.
Really?
And we had a big safari that was out on the farm of some people that I know. And we set up tents, and everybody was able to experience this extraordinary feeling of being that close to nature.
Connected
What
there,
is the actual ceremony like?
Well, I had a Catholic priest come over, a friend of mine from Boston. Father Ed McCabe came over and tied the knot.
Well,
It was just the same as any Catholic ceremony,
Yeah,
except we were on top of a hill.
That's
Tell the
amazing.
tigers to be quiet. She's going to say, I do. I think that would be different.
Actually, there were giraffe walking all over the place. And
That must have
there's
been
a dog.
spectacular.
You have your own wildlife. Look
Come
at
here.
this.
Yeah, we have to say goodbye. But
that's a
Vinny,
little
come over and
girl,
say hi to, say hi to Stephanie. Yeah, come over. We got to take a break. Stephanie Powers, thanks so much.
My pleasure.
Come here.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.